Hello everybody and welcome back to another video from the Investor Diary. So this is my third take. My first one, it seems to be that I consumed all the 20 minutes without knowing, and suddenly I found the thing just shutting down. And I was in the middle of talking, so I couldn't publish that one. So I will start all over again. In the last video, in the previous video, I talked about how I was working on testing an SMC based trading plan or trading methodology, which was beautiful and I loved it because of its mechanics. It wasn't subjective, it was totally objective. But the problem with it was that the win loss ratio, it was tremendously, ridiculous. The losses were way more than the wins, even though the wins, the RRR was up in the roof. There are 1 to 5, 1 to 7, 1 to 10, even 1 to 12. But 1 to 12, it doesn't mean anything if the trades kept on losing the 1. So if you don't get the 12, it doesn't make sense, the 12 anyway. So that is the problem with this methodology, but I believe in it, and this is why my plan is to find filters to filter the trades that are based on SMC and finding ways how to filter that. So I'm going to add the classical school support resistance trend lines. Sometimes I will be using the Fibonacci, and I added also from another educational material the stochastic, the weekly and the daily stochastics on one time frame, which is the daily time frame. So we have the weekly stochastic on a daily time frame and the daily stochastic on a daily time frame, both with different settings. So my plan now is to keep the SMC and to keep the classical school, and I will be mainly depending on what the stochastic is telling me about where the direction of the trend line or of the trend. And I will be basing my plan totally or mostly on the stochastic. I will be looking at it, and in this case we are on the Euro USD on the daily frame, and the weekly is showing us that the direction is going down. It's a bearish direction, while the daily is telling us that it's going up. Okay, so in this case, shall we say that that there is no deal here, there is no position here to open, or would there be other scenarios? I don't want to get back to being subjective and creating things that would confuse me. Therefore, I need to create some laws and regulations to be able to follow every single time, and not to have to keep on second guessing myself or second questioning myself on every trade. Therefore, in this case, and because of this, I have designed a plan. The plan would say, first, if the weekly is going down and the weekly is going down and the daily is above the 80, where above the 80 the blue line, which is the K, is below the D in the case if it is above, like this one here or this one here. Okay, if this was in the sweet spot between 80 and 32, not between 80 and 20, it's between 80 and 32. Okay, if it was like this one and the weekly is showing a bearish direction, then I would, at this point here, then I would be selling this currency or this pair or this asset. Okay, now I need another rule is that I need to wait. In this case, I need to wait for the weekly to be 3 days within the sweet spot, and not immediately. I will be looking at it, only with one exception. If the daily is above the 80 and there is another indicator here, another point of interest, another POI is telling me that yes, the price is going down, another confirmation that the price is going down, then I will take the trade even if it is against the weekly. Okay, I will do that. This is my plan. This is what I want to test. Okay. So the next part is that one that is related only to the daily. If the daily is above the 80, and of course, sorry, before going to the daily, and the opposite is the same. When we want to buy, the weekly needs to be going from below, going inside the sweet spot between 32 and 80, and the daily needs to be below the 32 where the K is above the D. Okay, and then we can trigger the move, of course, and with the 3 days with the weekly above the 32. This is the buy and sell. Now another scenario would be the daily is going from is at below the 32, exactly like this case. The daily is below the 32, and there is on the chart another confirmation that there is a buy, I mean a support, a trend line, but I will not look at price action. I price action confuses me. Okay, if it is below and there is support, then I will take a buy. Not support necessarily. Let's say it went down all the way here, then we will have the support as a confirmation, and the order block is another confirmation. Okay, so I will have two confirmations along with the daily here that it's going up. One of the confirmations that I'm also depending on is the inducement. When I will take the inducement as a magnet in case it was not touched. For example, in this case here, okay, we have resistance and the price is here on this candle. And this is where the daily is. Now we have resistance and we have the inducement. I mean, forget all this part, forget all this. And the inducement is unhit, untouched yet. I will say that the inducement will become a magnet. Here is a resistance, this is the trend line, and we have an untouched untouched inducement, and we have the daily above the 80, then I will take the trade as a sell position. Okay, this is the second scenario, even if it was against the weekly direction. Okay, and I will keep looking at this until it goes below or until another factor comes in. Let's say it touched here in this case. Okay, let's say, well, this is not representative, but let's say it touched the support, but it was still here in the middle. Okay, I will close it because we have another POI that is saying we might move in a different direction. Okay, and I will close it at that level. Okay, let's say it already touched the IDM, the inducement. Okay, look here, it went up. So touching the inducement and starting to go up, or if I caught it just here, I might just close it because there could be a reaction and going up to break structure. Okay, so this is my plan. So two scenarios, one with both stochastics into consideration. The stochastics are saying the same thing. Two, the daily stochastic is confirmed by another POI. Let's move to a couple of examples. I already opened a couple of trades. One with the CHF JPY. CHF JPY. Okay, so look here. This is a sell position. Why? Because the daily is above the 80 and the inducement as a magnet. This is the only confirmation. Okay, let's look at the price here, because I think I didn't point it on the chart. 192,032. 192,032. So the CHF JPY, this is it. Okay. As you can see, I am using the free version of TradingView. And all this is, I mean, TradingView is just beautiful. I mean, you can do all this. Uh, so this is the CHF JPY. Okay. Where is the 32 and 192,032? It's a buy position. Sorry, it's a sell position. So 190, I took it yesterday. Sorry, today is Sunday. I took it on Friday. So this is Thursday. Wait a minute. This is Friday. And I took it at 192. Here it is, the inputs 192,032. Okay. So this is where I took the trade because see, I mean, I think I was hasty to tell you the truth because the D did not go above the 80 yet. There is still a chance of this going up. Um, I think I was hasty, but I was depending that it will go down to touch the inducement. Am I right on this one? I think it was a premature sell. In my point of view, this was a premature sell. And I will write it in my mistakes notes I have um, in my log. See, and this is where I'm starting. My balance is, I started with the demo on $1,000 because when I go live, I intend to go with only $1,000 at the beginning and then see what happens. So, but I'm still on the demo. Okay. And I have, and these are just, these are the confirmations. And here I have mistakes and notes on each trade. So the mistake here, it's a premature. The D is not above the K. The K needs to be below the D. I mean, that's for sure as an indication. It wasn't a right way to do it. I think I was hasty. I just wanted to try things. I wanted things to move forward quicker. The next one was the Euro CHF, and this one it was different. So we have the daily stochastic below 32. We have a support and we have the inducement magnet. So let's look at that and let's see the price because also that I didn't. The price is 92.47. The Euro CHF 92.47. Euro CHF. Euro CHF. Okay. So it was Friday, it was a buy. And see, this is the support. It went up the support, and here is the magnet, and there is a trend line as well here. So Friday, 92.47. So this is the next one. Now the next thing, just briefly, because I think we're about to finish our quota for the duration of this video. Um, So these are the two ones that are open now. On the daily, things are really slow, and I think the haste that I took with the CHF JPY was because of that. Things were really slow. This one, no, it was correct. The D is above The K is above the D, and it was correct. Uh, and let's see what happens. Okay. I tried to see if this works on the 4 hour just to make things faster. The stochastic of the 4 hour wasn't as accurate as the daily. This is what I found out. Okay, so I wanted to put the daily and the 4 hour on the same chart, but it didn't give me the same things. There wasn't something new in it. Okay, so the last thing, my risk management plan needs to change. In this case, I didn't put any stop loss, although I was against that for a very long time. And I think one should never say never. Okay, because I said never, I cannot put a trade without a stop loss. Now comes the time, in this case, I don't want to put a stop loss now. I want to see how things go to realize if there was going to be a stop loss, where it's going to be. Currently, I'm going to depend on the different trades going against each other if there were losses and wins. But I have discovered in my plan, I have written my plan here, all of those things that we talked about, and then I have general rules. Okay, so the exit rules: if one position is down 1% while the total is negative, exit the trades that are above 1%. If all open positions reach 3% risk, then close all positions. So if the total of the open reached minus 3%, then I will close all positions. If one position reach 2% profit, exit that particular position. If the total of open positions is 5%, I mean, all the wins and losses of all the trades open, then exit all positions at 5%. No SL or TP will be implemented, at least for now. Open position size on the assumption of 30 pip distance. So I would go here to this calculator, and I would put the currency that I'm trading. I will put the 30 pips and account balance. I do 0.5% risk, and then see what is the size of the position that I would open. And this is my new risk management plan for now. Okay, so this is what I will be testing for the coming period. I will be reporting back with the results of how things are going, what are the mistakes, what are the good things that I did, what are the bad things that I did, and what are the good things with the system and the bad things with the system. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video. By the way, I decided in the last video, I said these will be published in other platforms. I decided otherwise. These kind of videos are suitable only for TradingView. So for now, I will only record those videos here in TradingView, but the other platforms will concentrate on trading, but on other topics. The very important topic that I want to concentrate on is education in trading, and where and how we can educate ourselves on trading. By the way, in the last video, I received some private messages asking me about, if someone does not know anything about trading, where shall they start? I cannot, on TradingView, I have to respect the house rules. I cannot refer anybody to anything but to say, educate yourselves in books, YouTube, here in TradingView. There are many, I'm sure there are many people who are giving advices on how to look at a chart and what are the things to look at. I mean, things, but if we don't know the meaning of a pip and the value of a pip and what are the currency pairs, I don't know if in TradingView somebody is talking about these topics, but there are many around who are. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next video, and happy trading to everybody. Tomorrow is Monday and the beginning of the week. Bye-bye.